We believe it is our mission to protect and care for people and their environment every day. Pioneering future-focused cleaning and hygiene solutions. Trust the experts to select the best hygiene technology matching your site's challenges and your sustainability vision. Diversey, your global partner for responsible hygiene solutions.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So happy to be back here for the second show of the day, second show of the season, second show of the week. And the BW Hotelier Diversey, the GM show, is fully underway. And this is the beginning of the fourth season. Can you imagine 4 years we've been doing this? And I was seeing in the last show, all the GMs have been there on the show, as are they here. So my sincere thanks once again to Diversey, whose continued partnership enables these leadership conversations that matter deeply to the Indian hospitality industry. Season 4 marks a strategic evolution for the GM show, curated by hotel segments, and beginning today, we do luxury. Today, the show is all about white gloves, sharp margins, running profitable luxury in a demanding market. Luxury today is no longer just about flawless service. It's about balancing excellence with economics, emotion, and efficiency. Today, we are joined by 6 accomplished general managers navigating this reality daily, and guiding this discussion is a leader known for operational rigor and commercial clarity. Let me introduce to you our moderator for the show today, Mr. Atul Bhalla, who's the Vice President Operations for West and North for ITC Hotels Limited, who's been my partner in the GM show 4 years running. Welcome to the show again, Atul.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh. Thank you, BW Hotelier.
It's always a pleasure to have you here. Now, the next one in is Amaan Kidwai, who's the General Manager of the Maurya and also the Area Manager Luxury Hotels for the North for ITC Hotels. Welcome to the show, Amaan.
Thank you very much, and thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Next in is Sumeet Suri, all the way from Mumbai. He's the General Manager of the Westin Mumbai Garden City. Welcome to the show, Sumeet.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh, for having me over, and really this is looking forward to the season also.
Thank you so much. Next in is Vishal Singh, who's just moved into Delhi from Chandigarh. He's the General Manager of the JW Marriott New Delhi Aerocity. Welcome to the show for the first time from Delhi.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh. Good evening, everyone, and I really look forward to this engaging interaction.
Thank you, Vishal. Rajiv Kapoor needs no introduction. High energy, always on the ball. He's the General Manager of the Fairmont Mumbai and also the Roswyn, a Morgan's Original Hotel. That's the new luxury hotel by Accor, which will be opening next to the Fairmont. Welcome to the show, Rajiv.
Oh, thank you, Bhuvi. It's such a pleasure to be here again. Thank you to BW Hoteliers, and good evening to all my colleagues here, and hello to everyone.
Thank you, Rajiv. Thank you for being there. Sunil is our next speaker. He's logging in for the first time from his new role as the General Manager of the Leela Palace, Chennai. He's the General Manager there. Hello, Sunil. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Khanna. It's a pleasure to be on this show, and thanks to you and BW Hotelier. Good to be here.
Thank you. Just switch on your camera, Sunil. Ab dobara bol.
Mr. Khanna, thank you so much. Lovely to be here on this show. It's always fun. Thanks to you and BW Hotelier to have me here at this show today.
Pleasure, Sunil. Amandeep Grover, he's the General Manager of the Hilton Hyderabad Genome Valley Resort and Spa. Welcome to the show, Amandeep.
Thank you, Paji, and thank you to BW Hotelier. It's a pleasure to be back on the show once again, and it's good to connect with my fellow colleagues and seniors.
How is it back to be in hometown Hyderabad from Goa?
It's brilliant. Home is where the heart is, so can't be more thrilled.
All right. So let me get the show underway, and I shall hand over the baton to Mr. Bhalla and let him guide us from there.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh. Just a few words before we get into about the topic, about what we are doing. White gloves, sharp margins, running profitable luxury in demanding market. So India's hospitality sector is clearly at an inflection point today. Post the world events which were not so favorable like COVID and all, the demand has bounced back strongly. And this is reflected in the way hotel assets are priced across markets. Add to this unique mix of travelers who are more experienced, aware, evolved, informed, value conscious than before. The rules of hospitality are definitely changing. And at the same time, hospitality brands are sharpening their positioning with clearer segmentation across luxury, premium, business, wellness, and destination-led stays. So in this context, your shift, BW Hotelier and Diversey, your shift of the GM show from a geography-led conversation to organize around the hotel classification is deliberate and most welcome. Thank you for doing this and creating this platform for us. So today's discussion is therefore about redefining excellence in the practical terms, not as an aspiration, not as a marketing language, but as an operational reality. How it is delivered every day across different stay segments, destination, and guest expectations. So we'll go ahead from here and.
All right. So why don't I do one thing? Why don't I begin by asking you the first question, Atul, with your permission?
I thought I was the moderator.
अरे कोई नहीं, मैं भी गुगली मारती. So
Okay.
tell me, how do you personally define profitable luxury today, and what mindset shift is required from general managers?
So for me, profitable luxury today is about precision, not excess. The guests still experience indulgence, but behind that indulgence, there has to be a strong discipline on all fronts, be it cost, process, or decision making. Modern discerning guests of today seek value in the luxury hospitality, and this is certainly not defined by the price tags. So why I'm saying this, the key mindset of our leaders, our general managers today is recognizing that profitability and service quality are no longer trade-offs. In fact, sharper operational control often leads to better, more consistent guest experiences, which is what we aim for. So today, luxury also demands commercial ownership from operations. GMs can't separate guest experience from business outcomes anymore. So every service decision has a cost and a return. And this has to be very clearly understood by the leaders, and obviously then it comes down to the teams. And finally, profitable luxury has to be a data-led in modern day hospitality. Data helps us identify where guests truly value indulgence, and where efficiency is acceptable, allowing us to protect margins without diluting the brand. In short, profitable luxury today is about delivering generosity to the guest with clarity and control behind the scenes. So with that, I think I can start with the questions with my.
Absolutely. Thank you. First of all, Atul, thank you for this. Because you lord over almost more than half the country, and you've been there, you've done that. Nobody better to respond to that question and to take the show forward. Over to you, back to you.
Thank you. And I'm really looking forward to, because I have the stalwarts of the industry sitting right here in this panel. And I'm really honored to getting in a conversation with them. It's very rare opportunities. You don't get that happen. We meet we say hello and we move on over a drink. That's all we do. But
Yes.
this is a great opportunity. So, having a formal conversation on a very, very relevant topic in today's world. So, I'll start with Amaan. So, Amaan, we work together, but let this be a formal question to you. Managing multiple luxury assets across North India requires consistency and commercial sharpness. So how do you drive profitability across diverse properties while preserving brand individuality?
So good evening, everybody. I think my mantra is revolves around 4 pillars, and I shall dwell a little bit on each one of them. The first is, of course, a cluster approach, a cluster leadership approach, where I believe that culture and leadership is a constant. There can't be any variation there across brands, across my region. And I try and instill a common performance culture amongst all my general managers in the region. And I back them up through empowerment so that they can protect their individual hotel's identity and at the same time ensure that every decision which they take is based on the brand integrity and its financial prudence. So these 2 pillars are very important because consistency is not sameness, it's about alignment. So consistency is alignment, and alignment to ITC Hotels philosophy is what is important. I also believe that we need to anchor on a unified commercial framework because we all have to align our pricing, our strategy, our revenue management strategies all around a common pillar. And that really gets its fillip with cluster revenue manager positions, which we have, who have a wider look at a macro level and drive optimum revenue management across all brands. Example, in Jaipur, we have all 3 brands, the ITC, Rajputana, the Mementos, Jaipur in the luxury space, as well as the Story, Castle Kannauta. So a common revenue manager drives that for them. So I think that is something which happens in the Jaipur market and across cities like we know. The second aspect, which I believe is the shared services efficiencies. We all know that shared services have a lot of cost benefits, including procurement benefits, including a common sales team, because one person goes to representing multiple brand, goes to a common client to deliver services. So that's an advantage we have through shared services. So as they say, you can leverage scale behind the scene, but not at the guest interface level. So we do this all at the back end. The third is, of course, revenue optimization strategies. We need to, each of our hotels serves a different demand map, and we need to optimize by doubling down on the segment property fit. A luxury hotel in the business city, a leisure, MICE at ITC Grand Bharat. So those are different segments which we have. We can also calibrate our pricing through the willingness to pay in each of these segments, as well as ensure a high yield mix through our suite sales, etc. And the last but not the least is the localized guest experiences, where for luxury brands, sameness kills the brand value. So each property must be distinct in its experiences, must retain its own soul. So be it food and beverage or local experiences, both of them have to be distinct, unique, indigenous. And this helps us to drive a premium ADR as well as build an emotional affinity with our clients. So I think this is how I look at the business in my region to make it profitable despite having each of our different brands identity among Story, Mementos, Luxury, Welcome Hotels.
Thank you. Thanks, Amaan, and very well put. Your strategies on the 4 pillars, whether it is cluster leadership approach, or shared services, or revenue optimization, or localized experiences. So it's so that approach and managing multiple brands can be challenging because same team is delivering those experiences, but the mindsets are very, very important. So very well put, and I think it's giving you fruits going forward. All right. So next question, Sumeet, this is for you. So Mumbai is one of India's most competitive luxury markets. So what are your key levers to protect margins while meeting high guest expectations?
Thanks, Mr. Bhalla, for the question. And I agree, Mumbai is one of the most competitive luxury markets. I'll answer this in two questions, one from the revenue aspect, one from the cost aspect. We all understand, and what we started off our meeting with is that we have customers coming in whom we are demanding, high ADR, but at the same time, the hotel wants to ensure they protect their margins without affecting guest experience. One of the most important things I believe is the market positioning, and I think specifically at our hotel, which is located at the Goregaon market, the positioning is very, very critical. The hotel is primarily a transient-driven hotel with almost 75% corporates, and yielding is very, very critical. And we all understand that we're actually, and I think we used to speak, I remember about 5-7 years back, but I think we finally are moving into a model where how airlines work, right? We're actually getting into a stage where we are trying to yield where there is demand, right? And customers understand that where there's demand, there's a price increase, right? So specifically for our hotels, we know weekdays are always sold out situations. In Mumbai, most of the hotels do very well to weekdays, and weekends is where you need some filler business. One big change we did last year, of course, to ensure our margins get better is the old mindset of having more corporates is kind of getting over. We are now reducing corporates from probably another last few years from 100 to 75. Today, we're just working with about top 45 to 50 corporates only. Most of the business is getting shifted to retail. Right sizing is happening. We're moving more into dynamic pricing. So obviously, customers get the benefit when the demand is low, and they pay more when there's high demand. And of course, the most important part at a hotel is we're enrolling everyone. I'm sure you all know about the fact that Marriott Bonvoy today has become the biggest leverage for our hotels, and we're using that. In our own hotel, we have about almost 85% of our occupancy just with Marriott Bonvoy members. Now, these members are booking us directly through m.com. They're not going through the OTA channels because we don't give them points when they book through that. And they obviously cost less, they spend more, and that helps us with direct profits. So this is one of the big shifts we've seen. What resulted was last year we saw a surge of 14% increase in ADRs. And this is mined after the fact that we already had a surge of last 2 years from after COVID. We managed that. It gave us the leadership in that. The RevPAR grew. And at the same time, we were able to meet. And I agree with your point, Mr. Bhalla. When you increase ADRs, when you focus on margins, you also do well in guest expectations because you're able to spend money in the right channels. The other point I want to just focus was cost. And I think that's something which I've always learned from all the hotels I've worked, that we need to spend money where the guest doesn't understand or he doesn't get affected. So I'll just give about 2 examples. We spend some time on credit card commissions. We all know a lot of people today are spending on credit cards. Just by reducing 0.2 points, 0.2 from a 0.7 to a 0.5%, the hotel was able to save about 19%, close to about 50 to 60 lakhs in a year. The second area, which is of course a common topic for all of us as hoteliers, is HLP. We know that's a big pain area. So of course, we've gone into renewable energy. We're now LEED Platinum certified. And at the same time, the focus is to do projects, push our engineers to continue seeing what kind of savings we can do on our units. So year on year, we're able to show decrease in the units, focus more on renewable energy, reduction in water, reduction in gas. And all these things are not seen by the guest because they're all back-end. The guest doesn't understand, the quality doesn't suffer, and the margins improve. So net result, the hotel gets a flow through of over 90%, and we are able to retain the customers and continue to ensure they have a good time. So I think there are many more examples like this, but what I want to say at the end is the focus for us and for me and I'm sure for all the hoteliers is to protect margins without actually showing to the guests. In fact, we've gone and overspent on R&M. So that's the first reaction usually is that when you want to save margins, reduce your repairs and maintenance. But in fact, we've gone ahead and spend more money on that because that is something which every customer will see. So the focus is continue to work on where the hotel needs focus in terms of product maintenance, to focus on service, empowerment. And at the back end part is where we try to save money so that the margins improve.
Thanks, Sumeet. Very well put. No shortcuts, and I really, this is like a music to my ears. So you're talking about how do you maximize and optimize your revenue, and getting the right segment mix in your hotel so that your bottom lines are protected, your expense costs of customer acquisition goes down, and at the same time putting where the money where it matters. This is exactly the engineering all of us need to do as an industry. One is you're not only helping your bottom line, but you're also helping the national cause in terms of environment, especially when you speak about HLP, because the more you reduce, the more you save for the nation. So that's what is the mantra today. 10 years before we used to talk about renewable energy as a fashionable statement, but now it is important. Everybody needs to do this so that you can protect your bottom lines, and this is available, and this is this geography is so rich in these resources. We should definitely take advantage of that. Thank you, Sumit.
Thank you.
All right, so Vishal, new role, new challenges. So Aerocity hotels face intense demand cycles, and it's not reducing. It's only going up with the rate factors. So how do you balance volume-driven business and especially at the same time doing your premium brand positioning? Must be a great challenge.
No, true. Thank you, Atul. Yes, Aerocity is high density, high competition market, and it's growing. We already have 3,600 rooms plus growing. There will be another 800 coming by the end of this year. So yes, it's a market where you have to balance volume-driven business, and especially for us because in this micro market we are the market leaders, and the premium brand positioning is something very, very essential. And it definitely requires the right or disciplined revenue strategy, operational consistency, and brand clarity. And there's certain aspects that we focus on, and like one of the biggest is the yield management piece. We look at revenue over occupancy. It's not about just chasing occupancy, but to optimize GOPAR while protecting the brand equity and maintaining the premium brand positioning. So along with the revenue team, what we do is we look at various forward-looking demand analytics, like the flight schedules, citywide events. Case in point right now, the AI summit happening in the city. So the seasonal curves that come along, using of stay controls, also running displacement analysis, and as Sumeet was mentioning about leveraging our Bonvoy and the Marriott.com, that's something that we really give a lot of priority to, the channel optimization, so that we don't have to depend on the high commission OTAs. So again, the focus is from how full we are to at what quality of revenue we are full at, from a yield management point of view. Then of course Aerocity is also MICE driven. However, not all MICE business enhances brand positioning. So what we do is we target premium corporate conferences, international delegations, and certain curated social events that purely drives the banqueting business. So we look at the total account value, because with a 500 plus room inventory, you have to look at the total piece and not just the. So it's a bundled room and F&B and the experiential elements to elevate the perceived value. So yeah, in terms of the MICE strategy, which allows us to reinforce the hotel's positioning, and also preferred venue for high quality gatherings. Again, similar to Sumeet, who was mentioning about the right balanced business mix. So more and more we are focusing on the high rated transient. So happy to report 50% of our business is high rated transient, and we are kind of reducing the dependence on our corporate base. Not that we don't need them, it's just that we are making it more dynamic. The contracting has reduced. So our stable corporate business would not be more than 20%, for example, in this case. And another 20% will be our MICE or social, which fills the compression gaps. So I think the clear segmentation, which ensures the right guest mix, which is high value corporate, as I mentioned, premier luxury stopover being next to the airport, air crew and airlines as well, but that's not more than 5 to 10% at the right ADR so that we avoid any dilution. And the luxury FIT or the repeat brand loyalist, being a Bonvoy flag, we get a lot of leads, lot of Marriott Bonvoy customers frequenting us. So it's I think a balance which is required in a market like Aerocity. The volume kind of ensures stability, but the premium position gives us profitability with the high ADR that we can drive. But of course, that has to be backed by consistent service, which we continuously focus on, giving value to our customers and maintaining that equilibrium between the commercial performance and the brand stature in this high pressure market.
Thank you, Vishal. So you rightly underscored the importance of the yield management and going the RevPAR way. So, your MICE strategies, and it's not easy to, in the market you are, in the cluster you are, and where the kind of inventory which is walking into this place, but at the same time, demand is also growing. So that's a good news, which is coming all across. So very well put.
Yeah, we need more citywide events.
Yeah, but that
Aman can sell at 3 lakh a piece, and then
he already is.
That's a very vulnerable topic. Let's not discuss that. All right. Okay, so now let's move to Mumbai, and Rajiv he's the master of the game. So he's played this game extremely well.
The only thing that we have to keep a check, we have to do it within 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes per response.
Thank you for your reminder, Bhuvanesh.
Yeah.
All right, and that too going to Rajiv.
Yes.
So Rajiv, launching Fairmont Mumbai alongside Roswyn brings two distinct luxury philosophy together. And so how do you commercialize dual brands under one leadership? That must be a real challenge, and especially in a crowded market where you are already. So your thoughts?
No, Mr. Bhalla, really, really excited to bring Fairmont brand to India. Jaipur, you remember it was fantastic innings we played. It's right time we grow the brand in India as a core. And there is a fantastic market, right? Look at what was Connaught Place many years ago, and now is the Aerocity, right? The Delhi moved from one side to another, and I think so. This all happened with the change of the gateway of India, right? From waterworks to airports. So Aerocity are the new cities to drive it. Indigo Airlines has ordered 1,000 planes, Air India 500. So travel is only going to go better. The beauty about the place where we are is this micro market has 3,000 rooms around me, but none of them had a MICE of a luxury scale what we are going to bring. So Fairmont Mumbai, 446 keys, engineering marvel. Mumbai got last luxury 5-star hotel 12 years ago. Below this hotel, there are 3 metro lines, and the hotel is standing on 9,000 springs. Inside the hotel, the AQI never crosses 30. Every AHU and FCU has a UV filter, carbon filter. I can tell you, among any hotel in the country, we have the lowest energy levels. 98% of my kitchens are electric, so we are very blessed to have amazing ownership, and Accor has put. So we don't use any gas or anything in the hotel. Everything is electric, and all machines are from from Salva, from Spain, or top of the machine. So there are amazing things. 8 F&B outlets between the two hotels. So a lot to play with MICE. What we are targeting is to bring global MICE from around the world to India, come straight to International Airport, Mumbai, do the big meetings and big conferences, big luxury weddings, every sort of fashion shows, to you name it, in Mumbai. And we feed Andheri market. So between me, ITC, JW, Leela, we've already done over 30 events where we all share the business piece together. With Roswyn coming in, that's the newest baby coming in town. It's the first Ennismore hotel which is coming to India. We have been talking about luxury space as a core, but now we're bringing the lifestyle hotels in India. So if you go to Dubai, we got 25 hours, Delano, Rickshaws, amazing brands, and all these brands will move to India one by one. What Roswyn is bringing as a first Morgan's original lifestyle brand is a minimum 80 square meter room. Today's traveler has everything in Mumbai except two things, which is a luxury of space and a luxury of time. So I think so this hotel will really is made for those international travelers. There are a lot of people who come from Dubai or different states to Mumbai on a Monday, stay for 5 days, and go back on the weekend for their families. So that's a hotel what we are making. We're bringing Italian restaurant from Dubai to this hotel. We are bringing a Japanese speakeasy bar from London to hotel. So we want to really take the F&B space to a different level. Banqueting in MICE with 75,000 square feet, a pillarless ballroom which can accommodate 2,200 people right in the next to the international airport. Between the two hotels, we've got 446 keys and 109 suites, which is 555 keys. And I think so the cherry on the cake is the first time in India any hotel has brought a longevity suite. So we all have spas, we all have gyms, but we have a full recovery zone, which is one of its kind in the world. So I promise you, anybody who comes to stay in our hotel, I'm going to make him 10 years younger. We're going to put him in cryo at minus 85 degrees for 3 minutes. We got hyperbaric oxygen chambers. We got IVT, red light therapy. So the mission and the vision of the two hotels together is Monday to Friday. We want to be a uber luxury business hotel, but Friday night we want to turn into a resort between two hotels. So a lot of weddings, social smiles, staycations, spa, people coming in, not only bringing people from Mumbai, but all across to enjoy the facilities at two hotels.
Wow. Look at the passion which is coming out. You can make my booking. I'll be there next week.
So look forward to, really welcome. And
I just came from there.
Sorry,
I just came from there.
All right. Okay. But he hosts you, but he doesn't offer us at all.
No, most welcome.
I'm just joking. So thank you for informing us, and for the beautiful hotel you have opened, and the remaining part is opening now. So I'm sure that's going to add real value to the city of Mumbai and to the destination Aerocity of Mumbai. So that's great. Thank you. Sunil, again, recent move, and new role for you. I've been seeing you from Goa to Calcutta, now here. Palace hotels carry legacy expectations and high operating costs. So how do you monetize heritage while modernizing this business?
Thank you for this question, Mr. Bhalla. I split this into two: heritage storytelling and premier experience, and an asset optimization. This palace, specifically the heritage at the Leela Palace, Chennai, is not preserved behind glasses. It is lived and felt. Set along at the Bay of Bengal, this palace draws a grandeur of South Indian Chettinad architecture, a classic art forms, and centuries-old Tamil tradition to create a sense of place. We have curated narrative thoughts of Chettinad-inspired architecture, and traditional welcome rituals like any palaces would do, and cultural expressions drawn from the region. Where it is Carnatic influenced, Tamil inspired design element, These are not just ornamental details. They're emotionally anchored here, and that connects to the guest and to the destination. Things like, this hotel, there is a story of Tanjore painting here. Only to talk about that as a storytelling, those artists who have done this painting in this hotel, they have observed fasting for many days, into going into vegetarian, and they offer prayers. And, for them, it is not a painting, it is a seva. And that seva turns as an art, and that's how, we put here and leverage. And that's the storytelling we talk about, the heritage here. Talking about premier experience and how we leverage cost and how we increase on the revenues is, like any other luxury hotel, there's a format of actually capturing the preferences of any guest. We do that, but said that every associate here or every staff here is been intensified, or we give intensive incentives in how they can look for a clue in what they do and extend those touch points. Those are the premier expenses we talk about. We don't have anything structured to say that you have to do this. Yes, there is a framework. That's a premier experiences they extend here. Also, being a Chettinad extended designing here, we do offer evening rituals, which definitely we get in every guest here, to the courtyard, and there's a storytelling, there's a fire ritual, there's a music ritual, and so on and so forth. Moving to your asset optimization, in the palace, every space carries a heritage value, but but it must also deliver economic values. So asset optimization is all about activating heritage spaces intelligently. So without diluting their character or integrity, or underutilized areas are reimagined as a private space, and we curate space and we do brand events. We do car shows, luxury car shows. We allow those spaces to host high-end, yield moments rather than high traffic volume events. By treating the palace not just as a hotel, but a portfolio of an experience asset, we balance preservation with performance, ensuring our legacy remains relevant, productive, and financially sustainable in a modern luxury market. The last question to it is personalization luxury. This is again, we have a frame what a personalized luxury should be, but we just don't follow that. One is allergic to this, and they don't want a feather pillow. We just look for a clue for that stay and do personalized service.
Great. So nothing sells better than a good story. So
Yeah,
Absolutely, yes.
a bundle of stories.
yeah, so it's all about stories. So great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Amandeep, resort luxury operates differently from our city hotels. How do you drive year-round profitability in a destination-led market? It's a very challenging environment. It's not Goa. It's not Udaipur. It's Hyderabad. So
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Bhalla, for the question. You're absolutely right. Look, and to answer that, look, I think most of my colleagues have answered the points I wanted to actually cover. But having said that, I think Hyderabad was lacking a luxury resort in the city, right? And hats off to the owner's vision, because they invested in this vision, and they ensured that they came up with a resort which will cater to all segments across all trades, which is corporate, which is social, leisure, transient, everyone, right? We have a resort built over 20 acres, right? And it's extremely important today. The discerning customer doesn't mind paying the extra buck, but they need value for money. And that is key critical for us. We want to give customers value for money. We do not want to charge them for every petty little thing, because they don't expect that with luxury, right? It's when they pay X, Y, and Z, then we expect certain things to be norm. We have great facilities which we offer to our guests. We have a wonderful recreation zone, which is spread over 2 acres, by the way. So we have pickleball courts, we have tennis, which is the new fad, by the way, the pickleball court. We've got basketball, we've got futsal, we've got cricket nets, we've got mini golf, we've got play area for kids. We have a life-size Pac-Man for our kids. We've got entire mini arcade that's developed. So look, there's a lot on offer. Wellness becomes a key ingredient for resorts, where to drive premium luxury and also profitability. So our focus is also to drive a lot of wellness. And most importantly, last but not the least, is also local experiences. And the way the product has been designed.
I think your voice
Sorry.
is breaking in between.
Something your Wi-Fi needs a little bit of a pickup. Yeah.
Sure. I just check on it.
But you finished?
Yeah.
No, I just want to say that look, we've added all the nuances of the storytelling, right? We've got local architecture, we've used a lot of local ingredients. Every place in the resort has a story, and we get a lot of time with our guests, right? Compared to business hotels, resorts do offer that time we get with our guests. So that helps, and that helps drive premium rates. Profitability comes along with it because you're able to upsell a lot more, and that helps a lot.
Thanks, Amandeep. You really emphasized on the experiential and importance of demand generation. In a place like that, and obviously it's a bold move to create a resort in a city kind of a scenario. So I'm sure this is really going to do very, very well. So we're done with the.
So we're at halftime, Atul. We'll take a short 30-second break.
Sure.
I'm coming back after that. And then we have 15 minutes to close time. So we'll have to do almost 2 minutes per response for 7 questions. You have a task cut out. All right. Here you go.
At Diversey, we believe it is our mission to protect and care for people and their environment every day. Pioneering future-focused cleaning and hygiene solutions. Trust the experts to select the best hygiene technology, matching your site's challenges and your sustainability vision. Diversey, your global partner for responsible hygiene solutions.
All right. So let me just push my question through with Atul with his permission. Atul, tell me, general managers today are managing talent shortages, rising costs, and evolving guests. What operational priorities will define successful luxury leaders over the next 5 years? Because you've been at the helm of operations of some of the finest hotels, luxury hotels. You've done this, you've done that. And now as you sit atop a perch and oversee a large geography, what's your view?
So next phase of luxury leadership will be defined, in my opinion, by people first thinking. So, operational sharpness and long-term financial discipline, all these are there, but the leaders who succeed over the next 5 years, in my opinion, will prioritize a few clear things. First is building leadership pipeline, not just filling in the roles.
True.
Players that invest in developing future talent internally will be far more resilient in constrained talent market. That's definitely going to happen.
True.
Secondly, a sharper focus on productivity is critical. Successful leaders will track output and effectiveness, ensuring teams are empowered, multi-skilled, and deployed where they add the most value to the guest. The third is emotional intelligence. Today's guests and workforce both expect empathy, agility, and authentic engagements. GMs who can lead with empathy will build stronger teams and more loyal guests. Finally, the luxury leaders must protect sustainable margins by making smart choices, such as using data to guide key decisions and ensuring that every indulgence offered to the guest makes commercial sense and is viable.
True. Well said. Back to you. And now the next responses, gentlemen, please time for 2 minutes.
Okay, so this should be fast. Amaan, this is to you. What is one financial discipline you insist every luxury GM must master today?
Yes, so this should be fast because it's only 1 point. So I think it's a relentless flow through management, which is very important for a successful general manager because that's what goes to the bottom and to the bank. In luxury hotels, revenue growth is important, but how much of every incremental rupee goes to the bottom line is what separates a great GM from a good GM. And a GM who masters flow through knows more about, I think, marginal profitability from every segment, every outlet, every event which is happening at the hotel. And despite having a very large element of fixed cost in our business, in our industry, is able to adjust cost structures to protect GOP when this demand is soft. And is able to drive high yield business, controls leakages without touching guest experience, which while making sure that the premium ADR which we command during certain periods of time actually becomes premium profit. Because in luxury, one can't cut cost. It's a cost cut is just not the way to greatness, but flow through is the way to one's success and sustainable profitability. Because the ultimate goal is efficiency behind the scenes and indulgence at the front, which is an integral part of the ITC Hotel's responsible luxury ethos. So I think relentless flow through management is something which general managers should focus upon.
Very pertinent point, and I don't think that needs any more elaboration. You're done true justice to that. Thank you, Aman.
Yeah, without losing out on the experience or the guest feeling the pinch for what he's paying.
Absolutely. So it's all at the back end.
So
It's all
control
at
at
the
the back and indulgence in the front.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's the mantra.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay, Sumeet, how do you keep keep your teams motivated to deliver premium service while operating under tight budgets? This must be a debate every day in your hotel, isn't it? And it's there for all of us.
No, absolutely. I totally agree with you. And things are only getting tougher. We've been showing some great profits in the last 2 years, and the next budget even gets more tighter and more difficult because you have to keep showing growth. But yeah, what I just want to say is, in the last 1 or 2 years, we've started doing pulse surveys. Not one, but about almost 3 pulse surveys in a year. We're also getting into the great place to work, which most of the hotels are. And I think I spent enough time to go into the insights of these questions because the answer lies in these questions. In fact, I've started meeting associates and I've started discussing key pertinent questions from this pulse survey. And some of the learnings I've had, and I want to share here quickly, is that we've realized that the older generation, the generation which has been there for more than 3-4 years in the hotel, people who are above probably the 35 age and above, they're actually giving us a good score. They are satisfied. They understand that they have to work hard. But the Gen Z and people who have just started their careers and probably are into that 1 to 3 years of work experience, they're not giving us great scores, right? And they have very clear agenda when they come to hotels. They want work-life balance. They're screaming the lungs out. They want work-life balance, and we all know they want it. So we started focusing at the base level, make associates work for 9 hours, and we're doing it. If they work extra, give them extra pay or burn out their hours. Make sure they get their off on the 7th day. The very basics, but we are tracking this now. Make sure they get their 6 offs in a month as prescribed by the company. Make sure they don't get calls after work hours. Okay, it's nothing critical. Unless until there's some emergency, no calls to be made, right? Recognition, instant recognition is the need of the hour. We can't wait for town halls. We have to do it the same day. We introduce something like a wow cards, which incentives. It's just not a wow card. It gives you something in return, like maybe a dinner, a pastry, a room, depending on how many you collect. But it has to be done within 48 hours. You forget what happened yesterday. You can't remember what happened in a month's time. Trust and transparency is what the generation is looking at. They want trust, they want growth, they want to learn. We have to have more rap sessions. We can't have once a year appraisals anymore. It's too old now. We have to do it every 3 months. We have to tell them what's going wrong. We have to ensure there's growth and development happening for them for the next levels, and we need to talk to them. And most importantly, we need to walk the talk. We need to go on time for them to go on time. And I feel that those are the major shifts we need to do to ensure the culture remains strong. And I'm sure with that, the attrition will reduce and there will be far more motivation among the teams.
No, very rightly said. This is, most of us are tracking these matrices now, 9 hours, 6 offs, or whatever, whatever your policies are. And I think I get, for all my hotels, I get a data every month, what percentage you are on. If you're not 100%, you are in trouble. That's for the general manager. So they have to drive this. So good. That's a great point. Vishal, beyond RevPAR.
Thank you, Sumeet.
Beyond RevPAR, what guest-centric matrices guide your operational decisions?
I think, guest is the center of everything that we do. And for most of the hotels, a lot of hotel companies track NPS, which is the Net Promoter Score. At Marriott, we call it ITR, which is into recommend. So that's the as a performance barometer. So we track ITR, even segment-wise as well. How much is an ITR for or intent to recommend for a corporate or a leisure or a MICE or a loyalty tier. This is also part of our balance scorecards, the guest voice, as we call it. So it's actually, it's not about how much did we earn. It's about will the guest staying right now with us choose us again, or would he or she recommend us? I think that's the matrix, which is the most important one. The other matrix that we track is our loyalty penetration, Bonvoy occupancy. Sumit also mentioned that's something which is tracked on a daily basis. The enrollment, even the penetration, because higher the loyalty penetration, lesser the dependence on OTAs, and it just strengthens the rate integrity. One of the other matrices I can think of is also the repeat business or the lifetime value. It helps us in improving our forecast accuracy, reduces the acquisition cost. If we have repeat business, you don't have to acquire newer customers, and reduces the cost out there. I think finally would be the online reputation score, which includes your TripAdvisor, Google, or anything else, because even a small improvement in the online scores definitely influences the conversion rate. And these are all, again, from a RevPAR point of view, of course, you have STR and the benchmarking, but the other important matrices from a guest-centric point of view are the ones which I just mentioned.
So these matrices bring RevPAR. That's how it works. And plus what you guys do on the loyalty penetration, and obviously the proof is very clear that the percentage of Bonvoy reduction in every hotel is phenomenal, and that's the perfect barometer for.
And I think very simple is the RevPAR measures performance today, but the guest matrices determine whether this performance is repeatable over time.
Yeah, that's right.
Tell me one thing. How much do the guests rely on online reviews?
Quite a bit. I mean, depends on what segment we're looking at, but definitely it does influence the decision making, especially if you have choices. If you have, like in Aerocity, we have 5-6 hotels, and you have a similar kind of rate, or if there is a better online reputation, you would go for that. So I think it does for sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So Aman, I will not keep you to last. So I'll ask you the next question.
Thank you.
What advice would you give aspiring GMs preparing to lead a luxury hotel?
The has been developing a concept, empowerment and learning. So that's the problem.
Aman, we can't hear you. Your Wi-Fi needs to be fixed. We'll come back to you.
Okay.
I'll come back. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Thank
So,
you.
so Sunil, I'll ask you the next question if you can. How do you empower your frontline teams to think commercially and not just operational? It's very important that not only the leader and the revenue manager or sales manager, but top to bottom, everybody needs to think commercially. So how do you do that?
Yes, there are four sub-questions to it. I'll take one at a time. Ownership mindset. At a palace, we encourage team to see ownership, to see themselves not as a task executors, but as a custodian of a brand and contributors to the revenue. When team members understand how their role impacts, guest satisfaction, repeat business, and profitability, for them, our decision making becomes sharper and more intentional. So moving on to upselling culture. At a palace, upselling is reframed as a value enhancement. It is not. It's not a selling here. Whether it is a suite upgrade or a curated dining experience or a bespoke celebration, team is trained to be aligned and recommendations with the guest needs as an enhancement value and not an upsell. Moving to cross training here at the palace, cross-training approach again, it builds up a commercial intelligence here. When team understands room revenue or F&B performance and ancillary income, they begin to connect with an operational actions to financial outcomes. So that's an exposure that we give. And about accountability framework, clear KPIs, performance dashboards, and transparent targets. We regularly share performance metrics so teams understands, occupancy trends, rates, and it makes their commercial success a shared responsibility. Then, just being an associate, that's an accountability framework we work with here. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil. We are all as good a leader as our team.
Right.
That inculcating the ownership mindset in your teams is something which will get you the desired results, and what the alignment of the entire team with the leadership, that's what the whole thing is.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Sunil.
Thank you.
Rajiv, how do you future-proof luxury hotels against challenging traveler behavior? We've been seeing the traveler behavior is changing. It's not very nice. People are very different, demanding, and different mindsets. So how do you handle that?
Since the time this friend has come in our pockets, our lives have changed. The smartphones. Sleep patterns are different, travel patterns are different. But one thing remains on the ground for luxury hotels is about storytelling and about luxury is in each detail. For bulletproofing luxury, I think so. Every aspect of every luxury hotel is conveyed to a guest through marketing. That's what today's every hotel is going. The photography, the videography, the messaging from F&B to MICE to whatever experience of a hotel, what we want to convey to travelers around the world has gone to all lifestyle. Those days are gone when we were just, taking a photo of a dish and putting on our Instagrams or Facebooks, right? Now it's all about making those aspirational videos through which you're showcasing to people's mind, hey, I want to do that. I want to be there. I want to feel that. Why I'm not spending those times and spending time with my family and loved ones while I travel. So for luxury hotels worldwide, we are focusing a lot on each detail every day. There are two kinds of customers which I see. One is who still wants a butler service, but there are others who don't want to talk. So in today's hotel, we might have a heritage, we might have the legacies of hotels or a new hotel like us, but we have to keep both kind of the customers. So you can go to a private lounge and we'll give you a butler butler service, but you might have a zone where you don't want us to connect. So since the time smartphones and come, people don't talk. So one of the things which we also brought at Fairmont first time is something known as Houdini. This is a software without you even coming to our front desk. We will, before you even check in, you can go to this like Digi Yatra. You can do a pre-check-in of yourself. You can take photo. You can add a credit card. We can actually assign a room to you on your phone itself. So your phone becomes your key card. You can go to the lift and you can enter and you can go to the room. So both customers are very very evident and are there in today's world where we take care of it each time. But yeah, going ahead, I think so whatever said or done, the each details in luxury will remain. Trainings, people going beyond what we are trying to do will be the key ethos for everybody going forward.
Yeah, but tell me also, Atul, sorry, I'm just coming in.
No problem.
So, Rajiv, coming to you. So, what about experience? One, maximum bang for their money. Two, and relationship.
You're right, Bhuvi. A relationship is above everything, right? You might have whatever rates, does not matter, right? You might have whatever competition, whatever. But if you can make hotels as home for the guests who are coming again and again, we know. Bhuvi comes every time. This is the room number. That's the tea in the morning. That's what he likes in the evening. We know your behaviors, your sleep patterns, your needs. That takes over everything
And
when it
that
comes to that.
personalized relationship.
So, it's not driven just by GM, it's driven by the whole team. It's the every touch point of a guest experience from your reservation to coming in to your room to housekeeping doing it, the breakfast egg. So it's the whole ethos and the culture of a hotel which builds this long lasting relationship of a customer coming
I
in again
hope
and again.
all hoteliers learn to do this.
Of course, it's not just about knowing the guest name. It's about knowing everything about them,
Yeah.
and going beyond and make it happen.
Apologies, Atul, I just barged in.
No, no, absolutely. These are very important points, and I know I keep meeting those guests who started growing with me together so many
There
years.
you are. There you are.
Three decades, and they had started their career. I started my career, and when we meet today, they are my guests from last 35 years. So,
There you are.
and not one or two, there are so many. If I look at my phone, the numbers I have, and I've not a single number has ever gone out of my phone. So
There you are.
this is the learning the new generation has to learn.
Mr. Bhalla, one of the things which I do in hotel every day, I spend a lot of time on the floor with my new colleagues and introducing all my guests to them, right? Because I cannot be there 24 hours, right? End of the day, it's a team who runs the hotel together, the whole ethos together. And you're right, those guests become friends for life.
Yeah, absolutely. And they become your ambassadors. They're not only your guests. They bring in more.
Absolutely.
And they bring in big ones. So that's exactly.
One of the mantras we follow here is known as making more raving fans. So make them raving fans for life.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right. So we're past closing time, so we have to cap one with Aman, and then we start doing the closing ceremony.
All right, Aman, are you there?
Yeah, Aman is there.
Can't see him. No, he's dropped.
Aman, you were there. Abhi to main dekh raha tha usko. Acha, maybe he comes back. Let's see. So, Atul, why don't you start closing the show? If Aman comes, good. Otherwise, these are vagaries of today's times, I guess. Yeah.
So I think is he here? No. So he's having a network issue. That's what the message he has sent. So that's fine. So I think we've had very engaging discussions over various different challenges in terms of how do you manage your bottom lines along with delivering luxury experiences, how do you manage your talent, how do you manage your marketing, loyalty. So there has been it's been a very, very learning experience for me, the kind of thoughts which came onto the table and understanding from that. And the kind of passion you drive your businesses with, I hope and I wish this passion remains and it percolates down to the people, to the newer generations where they're not only looking for work-life balance, but at the same time, they're looking for creating something different, something new for the with the aid of technology, the kind of technology which is around us and is fast changing, and that can be utilized a lot in learning and in delivering those superlative experiences at the same time. Fat bottom lines. That's the whole idea of this entire chat was. Thank you, Bhuvanesh. Thank you, my fellow panelists. Thank you, Diversey, for helping us out to putting up this show. Thank you.
Thank you, Atul. You've been a wonderful host. But let me say one or two things. We're all, after all, doing a job, and more than a job, we're also doing some service. Service not to just our employers, but to the guests who've made our hotels their homes, and and they've given us business. They've helped us build a business and our careers. But I must also tell you, I travel more than anybody else, and I travel across brands. I see each brand and each hotel upping their game, right? We want to put our best foot forward, but we must put our best foot forward responsibly. पैसा सब लोग बनाएंगे, सब करेंगे, but do not lose touch with the guest or what we've come here to do for making money. ADRs will keep going up. Your occupancy will keep going up if we start pressing the right buttons and doing the right things. Atul, it's been a phenomenal show. I couldn't have asked for anybody better. Last show was with Zubin, now with you. Phenomenal. I must thank you, and thank you all. This episode reminds us that luxury today is not just about service, it's about smart leadership. Thank you once again. Atul also thanked Diversey. Diversey, thank you. I can't but thank you enough. You guys have held our hand. You've held the hand of the industry and helped us carry the show on 4 seasons, right? So that takes a lot. Thank you there. And with your permission, Atul and gentlemen on the show, I want to thank the team of BW and BW Hotelier at the back end, ones who are managing everything, all the videos, all the times. They will do it on and on, the social media, reaching out to you and bringing this show to the industry. Thank you all once again. Atul, thank you so much. Let's watch the Diversey video and then we'll do this closing ceremony.
At Diversey, we believe it is our mission to protect and care for people and their environment every day. Pioneering future-focused cleaning and hygiene solutions. Trust the experts to select the best hygiene technology, matching your site's challenges and your sustainability vision. Diversey, your global partner for responsible hygiene solutions.
Thank you to the most genial gentleman of this industry, Atul Bhalla. Very grounded, very kind.
Thank you, Bhuvanesh. Thank you.
And always wonderful to have you lead a show. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sumeet. Thank you so much, Rajiv,
Thank you.
Vishal, Sunil, and my brother Amaan. And I also miss Amandeep over here. We miss you here, Amandeep. Pity your network collapsed, but such is life. Thank you once again. Thank you for being there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless
Thank
you.
you.
God
Thank
bless
you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye,
Thank you.
Rajiv.
Bye.
Bye, Sumeet, Vishal,
Bye.
Sunil,
Thank you.
Amandeep, and Atul. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all.